All right, and we're on. We're in.
What
and we're
is
live.
up? What is up?
That was my favorite intro yet.
Back to the Oregon Trail.
That was solid.
That was the tune of an ocarina. If anyone at home knows that,
Ocarina.
What's the difference between that and a macarena? Isn't a macarena an instrument?
a macarena is a
dance move.
dance
What is the thing
Form.
that shakes?
maraca.
Oh, a
maraca.
We're just on 17 different wavelengths here. Hey, welcome to Unsought Opinions with
me,
Stephen B, Ben Dub. We couldn't figure that one out. What was it? Benny
the Jet Franklin.
There you go. And
George Flukas over here.
George Flukas.
Dan Boy.
He's trying to change his name, and I did not like it.
Did he just say Dan Boy?
Dan Boy.
What was my name before?
Dan Pon the Science
Dan
Man.
Pon.
Dan Pon the Science Man.
And also Dan
my fantasy
Boone.
football name.
Or Dano.
Oh, yeah,
he
Dan
went
Boone?
Dan Boone once when I was
Daniel Boone.
when I was Ben Franklin, the magician from South Jersey.
That was my favorite day.
Yes.
Wait a second. You guys saw a show that I didn't hear about?
No, that didn't
No.
happen at all.
Okay.
I just like to imagine that Ben and I hang out when it's not.
Have you
podcast time.
gotten dinner with Ben?
Not yet. Still waiting.
Dang, dude.
Well, now I can't afford to go out. So
Dude, I have
missed
a
it.
Chipotle gift card that I keep wanting to use, and I said no. He's gonna invite me one of these days.
One day.
I'm
Wait,
like a
how
little
much is on
kid
the
waiting
gift
for
card?
his dad. Yeah, exactly.
Enough to get guac?
Dude, no, I have no idea. Actually, I just saw that I had one in there. It's probably $2 on it, but I was like, man,
I wish we were filming this.
I can live like a
because
king.
of how high Steven is compared to the rest of us. We're looking at his knees.
Okay, but I brought in bar
I'm
stools
so glad you're not wearing shorts.
for everyone to. Why was that be where you're looking? Like,
It's the only
Because
thing
it's-
that's in my vision.
eye level.
Yeah, dude.
so I brought in bar stools so that we could all sit around and talk and have it be visually appealing on the camera, so that you don't see all the junk in this room. But no one wants
we
to
don't
sit
wanna
on
see
the
that
bar
junk,
stools.
You know what I mean?
And you just want to look at different junk.
Yeah, man. The couch is that's kind of our thing now.
Yeah, this
I
rocking
wish
chair is
that there
not
was
bad.
room for four of us.
Yeah, I used to
Eh.
sit in the rocking chair, but
It gets
Dan
a little weird.
took it. So
So my brother, he listened to the pod, and he thinks that we need to get experts on to talk about things that we don't know about.
What don't we know about?
That's what I said.
Does he want to be on it?
He said absolutely not.
What does he know?
That's what I asked.
He might know how to pod.
Would he?
No, he knows. He knows things.
Hey, guys, can I just say it's great to be back?
Hey,
It's been a while.
it's been a while. Tell all the unsalties. I can't talk.
Unsalties.
Why don't you
they
take it
are
away,
plain.
Ben?
The Saudis?
Yeah, where you been?
I've been schooling, man.
It's definitely not the Saudis.
It's the unsalties.
The Saudis, that's what I said.
Yeah, it's not that.
Why would I refer to them as
Because
Because they are. They're the Saudis.
okay, well at least call them the R Saudis.
The un-Saudi. Yeah, I've been schooling, man. It's been really crazy and hard.
How close are you to the final exam?
The final exam for the first portion is in 2 weeks. I've got 2 final exams, and then I've got like 18 more weeks of more school. So,
Are you serious?
yeah, dude, I'm not.
There's that much schooling to be a surgeon?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's
Have you done your ride-alongs
it's
yet?
accelerated class. Usually, it's like a 7-8 year course to be a surgeon.
But you're doing it in like
27
13 weeks. Yeah.
I really thought that it was just
High
like
intensity.
Hit up Mary Washington Hospital for all your surgeries.
it was just like an online certification that you could get for a surgeon. So you're saying it's more than that?
What?
More than just an online certification
For what?
to be a surgeon?
Yeah, dude. Well, it's only 27 weeks though, where I go.
You say only. I thought it was like an 8-week course.
I'm pretty sure it's like an 8-year course to be a doctor surgeon. Maybe
I don't
12
know.
years.
If you're a doctor down there, write us in and tell us how many weeks it took you to get your degree.
And if it was longer than 27 weeks, I am by default smarter than you. So,
Truly.
makes
But if
sense.
it's 8 weeks, you're a real dummy.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you done your ride-alongs yet?
Yeah, I did that last week actually. So
13 years.
What's that? 13 years, dude.
Man,
Them boys are dumb.
Yeah.
the
They need to get an express lane on that education.
Yeah, dude, I did ride-alongs last week. It was wild. We had some car crashes and stuff, and somebody had to get cut out of her car. She was not cut. The car was cut.
Was she super injured or was she just
No,
okay?
she wasn't bad. She was fine.
Did you do anything or you just watch?
I did like the medical portion. They haven't trained. For those who don't know, I'm training to be a firefighter, and
Well, EMT.
firefighter EMT, and we're doing EMT courses right now, and we do fire afterwards, which is the longer 18-week course.
Dude, so sick.
And we just did clinical ride time for EMT. So while the cool firefighters, who are my coworkers, were cutting her out of the car, like cut the windshield out.
You're like testing reflexes.
Yeah,
on
I got
the
to take
side.
her. I got to take her blood glucose level and take her blood pressure, stuff like that. But still, it was sweet.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it was crazy too because there was like a cop there, and he was like, she crashed, and a crash the way she crashed is like you'd be thinking DUI if you were a cop, and so he's like interviewing for her DUI, like interviewing her for like a possible DUI, and it was just weird to be on like the other end of it and not being the one. I don't know. It was kind of crazy, but it was cool.
Did you find yourself being more judgmental of how he was doing it? Like if you're a waiter and you go into a restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
and
100%.
So were you like judging the cop?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He's a big boy too.
How'd he pass it?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Maybe a long time ago. Big boy.
Actually, I was at a gun show in Pennsylvania, the Great Outdoor Show, which is super awesome. You guys should go. But on the wall, there was a poster recruiting cops there, and the requirements were to be able to do, not even kidding, 5 push-ups.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 5 push-ups if you're like over 40. It was like 15 if you're under 30.
Desperation.
What about if you're between 30 and 40?
7.
Maybe 15.
You said under 30 is 15.
7.
I don't know. Whatever
I'm
it was.
not a Sprite
whatever it
chicken
was
anymore.
There was nothing higher than 20, which is crazy.
That would not be much training for me to get back to my physical peak performance and be able to do that.
Where was this? Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I mean, they must have just been desperate.
Pennsylvania what? Like state troopers or?
Do they handcuff the horses' hooves together instead of putting a boot on a car?
Heck yeah. In Amish country? Yes.
Dude, that's awesome.
They do.
I thought it was funny.
It was okay.
No, it's very funny.
You got a chuckle out of Ben. Oh, sorry.
What?
Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Benny the Jet.
Right, Franklin.
Franklin.
You guys are doxing me.
Hey, Luke, I would like us to play a game right now, and it is you give a live feedback response reaction to last week's pod. You just tell us your favorite parts. You tell us what you liked, what you wish could have been better.
Sure.
Just so that we can all, get better. Ben and I on a 2-man team.
Yeah.
We had a guest, but I don't want to step on your toes. You tell us.
Sure.
What happened?
I love the intro music,
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you.
and I love the conversation. I can't. What more can I say?
A lot.
The conversation was great. The people were great. The intro music was great.
I feel like he didn't even read our text thread.
We have a text thread.
Wait, how did you know to come here?
Showed up.
Yeah, dude. I
Is that
I
what
can't listen to the podcast that I'm on. It feels kind of like what's the word?
Narcissistic.
Self-righteous,
but you're not on
narcissistic.
the podcast.
Yeah, but I'm involved, so I try to stay. Put it. It's a healthy distance.
Safe
I would
to
say
be-
if you're listening to yourself as a podcast, driving down the road, you might have some issues.
Shoot.
I listened to it twice.
Like, you think Joe Rogan drives down the road and listens to his podcast?
I think Joe Rogan doesn't drive down the road. There, I said it.
Dude, that's a big.
like he does.
That's a big statement.
I've been holding it in for years. Someone finally had to say it.
That's wild. What do you think he does?
UFOs.
Do I have to say? We're off to a good start, guys. We're off to a good start. Hey,
So, what's new?
how was your week? Dan, we'll start
Of
with you.
course, of course. Hey, I passed my exam,
Heck
Dude,
yeah.
so that's
a big deal.
exciting.
So now you're a lawyer.
Yep. On my
lawyer
way.
and a surgeon.
Only took 6 weeks.
Yeah.
His was the 8-week course.
So now I have to find a job.
Public defender, bro. Always hiring.
No, they're always guilty.
That's true. That's awesome, though, man. That's really cool. How many more certifications can you get for that kind of job? Like 100?
Once I can't do anything until I'm hired,
Okay.
and then after that, I think there's like 10 different ones that I can get now that I've qualified for this exam.
So you have to be like affiliated with a certain.
Yeah, it has to
Group.
be
Hanging loose.
have to be employed by place that's employed by FINRA. They're registered with FINRA. So,
That's cool.
yep. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Ben, this podcast was way better when it was me and you.
Why don't you guys chime in then?
Hey, do you guys have any weird animal encounters? We
Yeah, let's
talked about
just-
this a bit last time.
Hit some dead horses. What's the weirdest animal encounter you've ever had?
That would be a weird animal
I meant
encounter
beating a
to like
dead
hit a dead
horse.
Do
horse.
insects count?
Sure. We had
They
some
did,
insect
yeah, they
pod.
did on his foot.
Foot.
Yeah, you should have heard the pod.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Go home and listen to it.
I have to think for a second.
I
don't
got
know.
a tick the other day
Where?
on my leg.
Dude, I one time had a tick on my nutsack. I was a little kid. So it's PG.
Covered the whole thing.
No, but I was so young that I remember my dad had to pull it off.
Ben, it was much better when it was me and you, dude.
We definitely
Off the rails.
we definitely had more normal things to say.
I think Dan's crying.
Sorry, Dad.
Talk about doxing someone.
Somebody needs to say something.
Yeah. I just want to sit in it for a little longer.
That is so funny.
I feel like Luke put us in this hole. He's gonna get us out.
I almost made a really bad joke to follow up with that.
Worse?
Dude, way worse.
Wow. So,
How about you, Dan?
I just said the tick.
that's the craziest
No,
animal.
Let me think of something.
How-
Prepare me for these.
Dude, speaking of crazy animals, do you guys know what a tapeworm is?
Who doesn't know
but
what
can
a
you
tapeworm
explain to me what a tapeworm is? Like, does it live inside your body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and is it like, you know how like a tree is alive technically? Is this like a tree being alive, or is this like a squirrel in your stomach?
Have you ever looked up heartworm?
Dude, it's an actual
Dude, it's
worm
crazy.
that goes in and attaches to your body. I don't know where specifically. I think the stomach lining, and it grows to be like several feet long, and it's just like a thin piece of tape that goes through your whole body and gets bigger and bigger and eats your food. It's a great weight loss system. I highly recommend it if you're trying to get into beach season form. But
Did wonders for
Probably
me.
clogs your arteries too.
It's been really tough. You have to have your dad help you out to get rid of it.
So is it alive? Like like
It
how?
thinks.
Okay, wow.
It's like
It's
a
really?
It's like a worm.
That is disgusting. That's the worst. That's probably my worst fear. I think of that because of the question you posed, like the weirdest animal, and the tapeworm came to my mind. Like if that was something that I had seen, it would be the weirdest thing. Because I'm pretty sure they got to extract it.
Yes.
I think they give you something that kills it, and then you just.
Pass it.
Ugh.
That is the worst.
Yeah, we did that for my dog.
How old are you?
And there was
42.
You're far too old at 42 years old to just be finding out about tapeworms.
No, I'm not just finding. I've known about tapeworms for probably 15 years, but I don't know.
I would say 27 is far too old.
I know. I've known about tapeworms for a long time. I don't know. I thought of it when he asked the question, and it's always freaked me out. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe a smoother way to get into that would be like, let's talk about how crazy tapeworms are. Not, are tapeworms actually living?
Yeah, but if it's living, then that's the weirdest animal I've ever encountered. Never really encountered it, but
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure you've encountered it. Maybe not in yourself, but you've bumped into someone with tapeworm.
no way.
Dude, odds are
no.
one in 5 people has a tapeworm.
That is not
That's
true.
not
Look it up
true.
right now.
That is not true.
Bet
Okay,
me.
I'm looking it up, but that's
No,
terrifying.
I'm looking it up. I'm the guy.
Oh, you're the guy.
have nothing to say for this
Okay.
conversation.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
I made that statistic up, but the fact that it's like almost believable.
Now that we're fact checking him.
That
Whoa!
1 in 100. 1 in 20.
go ahead.
Less than 1,000 people in the U.S. get them every year.
What about outside?
Every year, though.
Yeah.
That makes sense in the United States because cleanliness, I would imagine. has
Yeah,
a
but
lot to
that's-
do with it.
Like 20 people each state.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
That's one person in our county.
That ain't no. That
That's That's a good amount.
I bet you there's a few people in this county.
A year. Yeah, dude. How do you catch tapeworm?
You could
Eating
have
dirt.
You could
eating
have
worms?
them and not know it.
I told you. It's a great weight loss.
Well, that would be a symptom, though.
No.
That would be disgusting.
There was a movie where it was like in the future and people were trying to, maybe it was like an Outer Limits or something, but there was like it was a weight loss thing and you just had to swallow this worm and it freaks me out.
Wait, don't they do that with bloodletting with leeches?
Yeah,
It's
well,
a little bit different.
They don't swallow it, but how does that work?
They
What even is bloodletting for? To like take out your sicknesses or something?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Everything was based in the blood, and so they thought that if you were sick, it was because you had bad blood. So they would attach leeches to you, and they would drain the blood from you. That's leeching. Bloodletting is actually cutting your vein and pouring your blood out.
Ugh.
So they had to walk a fine line in that you can't let too much blood out, obviously, but they also had to get the blood out. So
but wasn't it like not a real way to do that? Like they thought it worked, but it didn't.
yeah, leeching someone is not a good way to solve a
Right, but it was
sickness.
very common.
They did it for
Common
years
thing,
and
yeah.
years and years. Yeah,
But it was like that's not a good idea.
They didn't know what germs were, so they were just grasping at straws.
Or leeches.
And apparently, it had to work to some extent. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep trying this disgusting act. You know
Have
what
you
I mean?
ever had a leech or seen someone get a leech? I've heard of people getting them in Bull Run Creek, like near Splashdown.
Yeah, we used to get them all the time in Fairfax when I lived in Fairfax City.
That's nasty.
Yes.
I've never seen one.
I don't know that I may have had one on me. It's not. It's kind of like tiny little, like centimeter long worm. It's not like the big leeches that you think of. Like I don't know if you guys ever read Animorphs with the Yerks. Those are terrifying, like
I just looked at the pictures.
giant slug things that crawl into your ear and take over your
yeah.
body. Dude,
Oh gosh.
yeah, it's
That sounds
horrifying.
crazy.
But like leeches that I've seen or gotten or know people that have gotten, they're just like a little centimeter.
come off easy?
long. Yeah, you just pop them off, and then there's like a little dot of blood or something.
Dude, you know those little rubber things you flip inside out and
Yeah.
pop up in the air? I stuck one of those to my forehead one time and it got the worst hickey for a week.
Dude, Peter, my son, just did that like a week ago. That's really, I think he didn't put it on his eye, but I think it was his forehead or his hand or something.
Yeah, mine was dead center. It was embarrassing. I was probably in high school too.
Do you ever do the thing where you like take the cup and put it over your mouth and suck in really hard?
Oh, yeah.
That creates like a big hickey on your whole facial area.
Cavity.
Meat.
Sure.
Can we isolate that?
Oh. So it's Super Tuesday. Did you guys vote?
I
Yeah.
voted.
I voted for not voting.
This is my first time I've not voted because I
Okay.
haven't paid attention to politics.
It really is not
at
that big a
all.
deal because it's just for the primary, which we all know.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've
Old
ever.
TJT.
I don't think I've ever voted on a primary.
I don't think I have either.
I pulled into the parking lot of the fire station that I was voting at, and I had to really quick Google like who the candidates were and everything. And then I realized that 90% of the candidates had already dropped out, and
Yeah.
it's just a 2-horse race. And I was
Yeah.
like, "What? I've
Really?
been lied to."
Yeah.
I looked it up today and there was 6, I think.
There's
yeah,
6, but
there's 6 on the ballot.
4 of them have already dropped out and backed
So who's left?
DJT and Nikki
Trump
Haley.
and the girl. It's the
DJT.
band.
The girl.
The chick.
It's crazy that she's still going for it.
Dude,
Did she
she-
win? That'd be crazy.
There's no
Actually,
way.
are there any results yet?
I've never heard of someone supporting her. Does she have supporters?
She is.
I don't talk to people about
She's-
politics, so this could be a.
She's the old like Republican war hawk type, you know, like where she just wants to go to war over everything. Like she loves it. So she's got the old folk like that fall back into that old crew of Republicans that
Like
just,
more extremist than Donnie?
well we didn't go to war with Donald Trump at all.
That's what I'm saying.
So way more because
1,000%.
so like the old like Republican conservator people were like I'm not knocking some of them because I think some of them were good presidents, but like they really liked going to war. The military industrial complex, you know, made a lot of money for some of those people.
Oh, yeah.
Like
the MIC.
the vice president under Bush, what was his name? Rove?
Cheney.
Cheney? Who's Carl Rove? That's someone else. Dick Cheney owned one of the like most massive suppliers for the Iraq War, so he was making like billions.
Yeah. He also shot some
People love that. He did shoot someone. He loved weapons.
He loved it.
And so he made a lot of money off that. And then I feel like she's part of that old crew.
Of making money off.
Of war, dude, yeah.
What is the Nick Cage movie, Lord of War?
Never
So
heard of
good.
it.
Dude, so good.
I didn't like it. It
Never
was
heard.
dark.
I had a random day with Jason and Peasy, I think, when we just watched like 4 Nicolas Cage movies in a row.
That is a random day.
That's a bad
I
day.
know.
What'd you
I
watch?
never liked Nicolas Cage either. Well, that I don't even remember what he's in.
The
That's
Ro-
the only one I remember because it was really good.
Yeah, it's very good. Fast and Furious probably is on there.
Gone in 60
No,
seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds. Yeah, that's the one.
I was going to say.
Yeah, he was-
Does he
I don't
cameo?
think we watched that one, but I've seen it a few times.
Gone in 60 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did you watch?
The Rock.
No, what's the one where he's on the plane?
Snakes on a
Snakes
plane.
on a plane, yep.
Yeah,
No, Con Air.
yeah, it's Con Air.
Nope.
You didn't watch
That was like Nicolas Cage 101. Like if anyone referenced Nicolas Cage, it was like, oh, he's the guy in Con Air, and then he became Nicolas Cage. Ghost Rider. It was this
Dude.
main
Dude,
hit.
That sucked. It was terrible. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie with Nick Cage that was like, wow. Except for, have you seen the one he was in recently where he was playing himself?
No.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
funny.
Where he looks homeless.
It's with
There's one where he looks crazy, like huge beard.
Pedro Pascal and
Dude,
him.
he's in everything.
Really funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Let me know what it is off air. I want to.
It's called like some
It's like
weird...
the unbearable weight of incredible talent or
yes,
something like
that's
that.
exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's really funny.
Apparently, Nicolas Cage owns a castle or owns castles, plural maybe.
I can see
Still?
that.
I don't know still, but
Because like, he went super bankrupt for a while, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's in
well,
a
he
lot
was
of stuff
saying
right
like, I just remember
Yeah,
one
he's killing
quote
it
from him
now.
is like, castles are too cold. They get too drafty and
I'm
everything.
glad we didn't buy that one.
Dude,
all
I
those
wish
years
we
ago.
had.
Dude, I remember that. I was just
Were
telling
you
somebody
in-
about that.
No, but I know about this.
Yeah,
Yeah, you would have still been like 5.
Yeah, probably.
6
dude.
years old.
If this was
If y'all
a
asked me
couple
to buy
years
it-
ago, I would have just bought it and then let you guys live with me.
That would have been so sweet.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for those of us who don't know,
I would've
Steve was
loved
a
that.
rich friend.
Yeah, at the time.
Incredibly overblown rich friend. Like, I made a little bit of money for a year, and it was like
You got jet skis, dude.
it got to my head so fast.
You got
And
jet
I went to
skis,
buy a
dude.
boat and ended up getting a pickup truck at the same time, just
Yeah.
because.
You needed something to pull a boat with.
I was.
That's right.
You want this
I'm not
truck
even going
too?
to say that I was fiscally irresponsible because I've not had work for a year and a half, and I'm still haven't foreclosed on my house yet. So
That's pretty sweet.
It
That's
was
how rich he was.
We were, yeah, dude. That's what it is.
Balling out of control, dude.
What do you mean you haven't, like, it's been that slow? Year and a half?
No, dude, he's making money.
I've burned
he's,
through
He's 100%
lot of
playing
savings.
you right
He's
now.
sandbagging us.
He's sandbagging
Yeah,
you.
you're 100% right.
The dude, look at this stool he's sitting on.
Dude, have
It
you
is a nice stool.
those are new pants. I bet you those are new pants.
These are not new pants.
That's a new shirt.
Dude, I've had this shirt for years.
Yeah, right.
Actually, yeah, I think he has.
That's one of the.
I wear it every 3 days.
That's one of them new to me
Dude,
shirts.
even
Nice.
I wish that I had spent more money on clothes when I had money.
Because now I need them.
These socks, dude, I'm sure there's holes in them somewhere.
There's not a whole lot of places they could be. I mean, they'd be in the
Just be
sock.
I think the top where you put your feet in.
That's where you ideally.
That's the ideal hole.
The ideal. Sorry.
I don't understand why that was funny. If a sock doesn't have it, it's not a sock. It's just a napkin.
It's just the idea that I don't know. It's just funny.
Were you guys taking that like in a different way?
Like
No.
what way, Steve?
What way?
What way?
I was thinking. I was literally picturing what you were describing: a sock that has multiple holes that you have to decide
Which
this
one's the ideal.
To me, that's funny. It's a funny concept. In through the top or in through the bottom. I just think it's funny.
Steve's just not look happy. He's not entertained.
No, I'm not. I don't enjoy being the butt of jokes.
How are you were the one making the joke.
I was
Dude.
making one joke and you made it a different joke.
My bad, dude.
That's hilarious.
Hijack the jokes there.
Get out. Get out of my house. My pre-foreclosed house.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I'm in pre-foreclosure right now too.
Dude, you just closed.
Didn't
You
you just
can't
buy a
already.
foreclosure?
Oh, wait, foreclosure.
Is it? Wait, what do they call it?
Oh no! And the lady died,
Yeah.
and the guy was squatting in it.
It's like a type of lawyer that you have to get, and it's... Oh, shoot. That's going to bug me.
I just bought it from her kids because they inherited it.
Right.
So, whatever. I mean, I just bought it normally. I
Wait,
didn't
did you
have
know
any
the people? Did you know the people?
I didn't know the people now.
How'd you find it?
My real estate agent is a beast, and she has her finger on the pulse of the entire area.
Can I tell you a story about my pal Ben? So years ago, this is probably 10, 15 years ago. We've known each other for a while, Ben. That's pretty impressive.
No, it's been longer than that.
And he and his wife were looking for their first home, moving out of his parents' basement, just being a baller. And at the time, my dad was a real estate agent, and so he was like showing him around to different places and stuff. And ultimately, Ben was just given a house and
Just given one.
Didn't use my dad at all,
I wanted to use your dad.
which is fine.
You got
It's
that
fine.
house for free?
Yeah, dude.
Legit, it was like a person from his church
That
just
was
gave
the
him a
first
house
of 3 houses I was given
at half price.
at half price.
And so everything's fine. No hard feelings. You're given this great deal. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Fast forward 15 years. No one's thinking about it. I get a call from Ben. Why is Ben calling me? He should just be texting me. Like, whenever I
My
get a
bad.
phone call from someone, I'm like, what did I do? Why am I someone calling me? Call or answer it. And he's like, hey, is your dad still an agent? Because I want to give him my business first because I bailed on him last time. 15 years. And he's still remembering these IOUs that he has. How incredible is that?
Testament to his character, bro.
Still
Testament
didn't
to the
use them because
character.
he's not doing it anymore. So
Can I also say that?
He didn't get any sales, so he gave up long ago.
Can I
right
also
around
say
the time I got my first house, I think.
He put
That was
so
the nail in
much
the
into
coffin.
that deal, and you walked away.
He lost his house.
He actually, that's when he started drinking. So I appreciate it.
we were just throwing dad under the
Just
bus
kidding.
today?
My dad, he's a great man and is not depressed.
Dude, he's cool.
Can I say that the thing about you answering phone calls is very true? Anytime I've called you, you feel like I feel like I'm in trouble for calling you. It's like you're
It's-
very serious.
Hello?
I am the.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. All right.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, all right. See you there.
I always just do it.
dude, so awkward.
Like just hoping that he's not like in the middle of, getting
I
some horrible news.
pride myself in being a really good texter, and I'll text you back like immediately.
You are good at that.
But if you call me, it's I don't know. It's so uncomfortable.
Who
for
do you
me.
think's the worst in the world at texting back?
No, either
would
me,
be?
Jason.
Wait,
Oh,
who's
yeah,
the first one?
It's definitely a tie between you guys.
Yeah, dude, I suck at texting.
You just ghost.
I do. It has nothing to
How
do.
you're not even that busy. Like, I mean,
Dude,
I
I'm
know
pretty
you're,
busy
I know
right
you're
now.
busy, but like, come on.
Dude, I'm
You're-
pretty busy.
Okay, you're studying. A phone's sitting next to you.
I think when I was
Do you
like
bury
20,
your
you
phone
could've
in the
convinced me of that.
backyard so that you can study better?
Literally.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about before you made a career change and you just didn't text
No,
us up?
I would show up to like things like this.
So
I was
if
much
it's
more
something
available.
that interests you,
No,
you
no.
would show up.
Stand
But
by.
He's a
otherwise-
selective texter.
Can I finish?
No. He's a selective texter.
I'm a very selective texter. The other thing I do, which I'm
Don't
notorious for
pay
this.
people money when you agree to
False. False. I leave texts on read because in my mind I'm like, oh, I can't address that right now. I'll come back and address it. I never get back to it. So it's like I don't mean to leave it on. I meant to reply to it, but I'm like, oh, I'm definitely busy right now.
Do you know what I do in that circumstance?
Go ahead.
Well, first, I never get busy because I don't have a job.
That's why you're so great at texting,
Right.
Steve.
Right. I don't have anything going on. No, but I'll like scroll down from the top. You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you scroll down on the top so this text looks big. And so you can read what they're saying, and then you flick it back up and leave that little notification on your text so that it is a reminder that you have to go back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but iPhone came out recently where you can swipe left on it and it marks it as unread, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at my phone right now, dude. I probably have over 100 texts that are not
Maybe you
read.
should answer
95.
That is so many texts.
Dude, I'm terrible at it.
I don't even have 95 friends.
I'm terrible at it. And a lot of it is like bogus text. That's part of it. Let me see what my oldest one is.
This is really good podcasting.
We'll post a link.
Dude, I have an unanswered text from November 22nd.
I'm just gonna always say that whenever
Read
we
it aloud,
are boring. Post a link.
Yeah, give me a holler next time y'all are in, and I'll come downstairs and chat.
For who?
Cop buddy.
Oh. Okay, cool. Ben, I sent you my bear video, and I was hoping for some kind of a response.
I loved it every second of it.
Thank you.
Dude, I just saw some. Okay, back to the animal thing. I've been seeing some praying mantis videos.
Of them catching like hummingbirds and
Yeah,
stuff.
Dude,
all right. So I saw one where it caught a hummingbird.
Can
I
we
think I
just
sent-
back up?
oh,
Let's back
did I send
up.
that to you?
No.
Oh.
But you we talking about a bear, and then you said, speaking of animals, I saw this praying mantis, and then it wasn't even a praying mantis. It was a video of a praying mantis. It's like,
But it's just sitting on the hummingbird feeder, and then it just reaches out and snags a hummingbird and starts chomping it.
Yeah, dude, they're crazy.
And then I saw another one of, I feel like Instagram was like, oh, he likes praying mantis videos now.
That is exactly what they're like.
There was another one where it was eating a bee, and then there was another bee, like this bee's friend, behind the praying mantis, biting the praying mantis in half and bit his whole, like, half of his body off while it's still not even flinching and eating the bee in the front.
bees have
Is
teeth.
this a video you said?
Dude, that's
Yeah, of a praying
insane.
mantis.
What does a bee eat?
Praying
Aside
mantis?
from praying mantis.
Probably regular mantises.
It's just
Honey.
the praying mantis
Not
is
just
not
the
in their
religious
prayer
ones.
clause.
I saw another one. Praying mantis got a horny lizard and had it in like a headlock, pried his mouth open, and then just started chewing him in half.
A praying mantis did that?
Yeah.
Dude, when
They're
did praying
crazy.
mantis get so
That's
rabid?
what I'm saying.
Is this like this is probably the end of the world? Like
Dude,
when
that's
praying mantises go crazy?
If when the animals that prey start getting angry,
Yeah.
you know the end's near.
Heck yeah.
They eat on nectar and pollen.
Bees.
Oh, that's just straight up. That's all it is. What about honey? What do they do with that?
I think that's.
I think that's what they make,
Isn't
right?
the honey like their saliva?
I don't know. They make it.
They make it for the queen bee, I think. That's how they
So
feed
this just fat broad in the hive is just gorging herself,
Whoa,
it.
dude.
And making babies.
making babies and sucking down honey.
I know that.
Shoot, true that, man.
Can you look up for us? Do bees eat honey?
No.
I
Dude.
think they make honey. They take the
So,
pollen and they bring it in.
Yes, obviously they make
Oh, so
honey.
you're wondering if they eat their own supply? That would
Dude,
be
why
crazy.
do-
this is where why we
what's-
need Josh on
Never
the
get
pod.
high on your own supply.
This is the moment that Josh needs to be on the pod
Sorry, Josh.
because he keeps bees and he would be yelling at us. He's going to yell at us if he ever makes it this far into this boring conversation. He's going to say something like, "They eat honey in the winter. They store it up, and then they'll eat on it when they can't get the rest like their normal diet. They store it up for themselves.
And that's why honey lasts forever.
That's why honey lasts forever."
Luke, what's the oldest honey you've ever heard of?
Like that I've personally ingested.
Nope.
Okay.
heard of.
I've never heard of that much honey.
Okay, couple weeks.
Oh no.
Have you ever heard of
years.
a year-old honey?
Oh heck yeah.
All
I've
right.
eaten honey that's been in my mom's pantry for like 7 years.
Dude, they found some in the daggone pyramids and ate it, and
No
it's
way.
still good.
I believe
yeah.
it.
It lasts forever.
What are you guys cackling about? Just how boring this conversation is?
I checked the time on the recorder, and Dan was like, what is that? I said 33. He's like, oh.
No way we have
He's
any
like,
listeners
"Oh
at this
my
point. We could just start going into like our deep, dark secrets, and no one would ever know or anything.
Are we pretending that people actually listen to this podcast in the first place?
So
My brother does sometimes.
I got a text the morning. So Dan posted the podcast at like midnight or so. I don't know when it was late, right?
Yeah. Probably not midnight, but something
I
like
had
that.
a text from someone not here at like 8 o'clock in the morning saying, listen to the pod XYZ, and was like critiquing
oh, great.
your knowledge of fauna.
Who was it?
Who was it?
A non-Saudi. It's a non-Saudi.
Hey, shout out to our Czech Republic listener this week.
Dude,
Let's go.
nice. Holding it down.
My
and-
kids-
Share it with your friends.
My kids are part Czech, so
Wasn't them.
it was.
Heck yeah.
Wait, what did he have to say about my
Mahalo.
knowledge of fauna?
I
Wait,
think
what is
they were
fauna?
mistaken on their. What is fauna?
kind-
What is fauna?
I have no idea.
Can you give me a hint?
It depends on
Yeah,
how you spell
fauna and
it,
flora.
first of all.
Give me a better hint. I want to guess.
Okay. All right. Fauna
I-
is
my
all
guess
the
is it-
local wildlife in an area.
Oh,
Can you tell me what it is?
Oh,
That was your hint.
The ecosystem.
No.
Not
It's
ecosystem.
wrong.
What is the other
That's
word?
flora and
What's a
fauna.
medical thing for medical? What's the animal part of an ecosystem?
The fauna.
I bet flora's the plants.
Dan, that's incredible.
No, the flora is the floor, Dan, obviously. My
floor.
gosh. The fauna.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the flora? Birds?
That's bird, you idiot.
Dude, flora is the plants.
Nice.
That's what I said.
You did say that.
Do you guys know the 5 animal kingdoms?
You've got your tiger.
Tiger's good.
You've
This
got
one,
your pandas.
right?
Yep.
Lions.
That's
The lions are in tiger, you moron.
You know what?
Nope.
I'm going to say pandas are part of bears. Would we say that?
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay. So
tigers. Tigers.
Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my.
So close. You have 3.
Cheetahs.
Cheetah.
Shoot.
His obsession
I know this.
Big cats is coming out real hard right now. Were you a producer on the Lion King or whatever
You
it was?
haven't mentioned
Tiger King?
cat's biggest aggressor.
Dogs.
God.
Wolves. You got all 5.
Heck yeah, man.
Lions, tigers, bears, cheetahs, and dogs. And wolves. That is the 5 animal kingdoms.
What is
So,
the final animal kingdom?
It's like mammals, fish, birds, like, insects, and like
See?
fungus, or something.
Reptiles.
All of those fit
Oh,
into one of
reptiles,
those
you're right.
categories. Oh, see, I was going to say crocodile.
You would have been there.
I would have had it.
We talked about crocodiles last week. Should have been here.
Are there 5 flora kingdoms?
Yep.
You got your seasonal.
Tomatoes,
Okay.
strawberries.
Dude. I'm sorry on Saudis.
That was painful, but I really
I checked
enjoyed
out.
that.
I'm here.
You know, I hear a lot of complaining. I don't hear a lot of conversation.
I saw something, but Joe Rogan might have posted it, which already makes it lame to talk about.
We don't
No,
have
it
any
actually makes it
crossover
cooler,
fans.
though.
Dude, did you see that mammoth they're bringing back to life?
Dude, I saw that they had a baby mammoth that they just found. They're bringing it back to life,
What do you mean found?
Is that
like in the ice, but it's like a recent
Well, yeah,
one.
maybe. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline, but I think they are splicing like the DNA from the mammoth and an elephant, and then it's gonna live in Siberia
Dude, I
and
saw
start repopulating them.
this documentary where they did that. It did not end well.
Was this like that pig that they cloned?
No,
sheep.
they dug into some old amber that they found, and they like took the broken genetic sequences that the mosquito in the amber.
Is that
took
what
from-
amber is? It's just tree sap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my
100%.
goodness. How did I not know that?
And so they
until
took
right now?
the genetic
Band name, dude.
the blood that the mosquito had taken from the dinosaur at the time, and they spliced that with this amphibian blood that they have that can like is really malleable and everything. So they were able to duplicate a whole
Did they
genetic.
know it was dinosaur blood when they found it?
they were going for it. Yeah.
Or they're just like, let's put it in this animal and see what pops out.
No, they knew it was
telling you,
dinosaur.
they need to be careful splicing that with the amphibian DNA because sometimes the amphibians can like self-reproduce, and that could cause.
No. But that's the thing. The guys that are the scientists that did it were super careful about it,
Okay,
and they
good.
did all female.
Is this the plot to Jurassic Park? Something's off here.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
a dinosaur?
A dinosaur.
I wish that was real.
It is real.
I was in
It's
Costa
real?
Rica. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
No, but the park.
What is the island called?
Isla Nublar,
Isla
Isla
Nublar.
Sorna.
Okay, thank you.
There were 2 of them.
Which is the one in the first one? Nubar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read the book?
No, dude.
There's a book.
Dude,
There's a book?
are you kidding me?
Was the book first?
Michael Crichton? Yes, the book was first.
Oh, Steve loves dinosaurs. Have we talked about this?
Specifically Jurassic Park. That's where I get all my down. And now my son's.
You got to pick one dinosaur.
And Jurassic
Who's your
Park
dinosaur?
Tycoon.
historically or currently?
No, like the dinosaur that you would have as a pet.
Petrie.
Okay.
Petrie, dude.
Or maybe not as a pet, just like your favorite dinosaur.
My favorite dinosaur has always been a Triceratops.
Which one's that again?
The 3-horn.
Sarah.
It's like the one that everybody knows.
That's not true. That's T-Rex. Why do you like
Okay, that's
Triceratops?
fair.
I don't know. I just growing up, that's what I liked.
You a big whatever.
It doesn't make
Okay.
any sense. Like
Dude, if I
my
had to pick
personality and everything, I should like the Velociraptor because I was always really short and really fast, and that was like my calling card.
I
was
don't think
not.
people knew that about you.
Dude, that
Yeah.
was
That was
that
a long time ago.
that was his nickname back in the day, Velociraptor Steve.
That's what they call me.
Yeah.
I used to walk
don't
around the
remember that?
backyard and just be a Velociraptor. You can't be a Velociraptor.
And another reason why his dad started drinking.
Exactly.
Sorry, Steve.
So now I am also being a Velociraptor currently, but it's for my son. It's because he is also a Velociraptor.
Oh, I
So
see.
Hey,
he's-
Steve, is there a story about you dressing up like a dinosaur and playing music in front of a bar?
dude,
For your
That's a
21st
great
birthday,
story.
it was not my 21st birthday.
25th.
No, that was
It's
someone's
not.
wedding. It was your wedding.
Dude,
It was my
It was
How old
wedding.
were
literally
you?
my bachelor party. You guys are the worst friends.
Yeah, it was yours.
Yeah,
I
well,
was close.
I wasn't invited or something.
I just can't believe that
So-
you did that for your bachelor party.
I know. I don't know. How, the night got away from us. We were supposed to go to Ben's house for a fire, as exciting as that sounds.
Dude, sweet fire though.
Steve, I remember you specifically like, can I please get my guitar and dress up as a dinosaur and sit in front of Molly's Irish pub?
That's not
true.
what I said.
That's true.
What happened was they gifted me a dinosaur costume, and then somehow the idea was thrown out like we should go around town with this dinosaur costume. And a friend of ours said, "I have a guitar in my car." I was like, "Dude, let me go try and what is it, busk?
Yeah.
Let me go
Busk.
busk outside this Irish pub." I was out there for like 15 minutes. I made like $45. It was incredible.
Didn't this guy want?
He was very aggressively wanting. What was it?
I forget. I remember something about it. Was it a hug?
No, he
You
wanted
know,
a
T-Rex
song,
arms?
and I didn't know how to do the song. He just got very aggressive about it.
He's like, no wonder you're extinct.
Dude, how do you know this story better than we do?
I have one of those memories. I
Yeah,
remember
dude.
everything.
You know what's weird? I was thinking about that today as I was driving around. Like, I was like, "Oh, today is the 5th. It's my friend from kindergarten. It's his birthday today. I've not talked to him since high school, probably, maybe before that. And for some reason, I still know his birthday. Like everyone that I was in elementary school, like my elementary friends, like I know all their birthdays still. Like I have a buddy
I feel like
whose
it meant more back then.
birthday was on
When we
July
were little.
4th, and then another one who's on July 7th, who's close to July 4th. My best friend was on January 23rd.
When's my birthday?
I couldn't tell you.
When's Ben's birthday? When's Dan's
I know
birthday?
Dan's birthday, June 27th.
I didn't know that.
But he was a roommate.
Send presents.
Steve, I missed that story. Can you start over?
No. Why is this happening? But it's like piggybacking off what you're talking about. Like some things just like stick with you. It's
I know it's ridiculous.
It's
I wish
like-
it was the things that mattered.
right, exactly.
Like, do you remember
Never
your
an
first
important thing.
phone number?
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Like your own
Like
personal?
your house phone
yeah,
number?
540-439-8735.
Your first phone number was the 540, dude.
Now everybody knows where we live for sure.
I can't believe I just doxed myself.
Sure did.
No, but our second phone number, I've only had 2 home phone numbers my whole life, and that one still works as like my VIP card. Like, not used it in 20 years. Legit, 20 years. I still use that for like the grocery store VIP card
That's
thing,
awesome.
and I still get money back all the time.
Dude. Hey, have we been able to keep up with all the messages coming in from the podcast listeners?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we've got a list of questions actually.
Yeah. Too bad we can't.
Luke,
get to
go
it.
ahead and read the first one.
Unsaudis, I love your conversation every day, and it's the best part of my day. It stopped me from making one of the worst decisions I would have ever made.
Good Lord.
Wow.
For a minute, and then I did.
So my sister is writing this. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Ben, why don't you do an ad read for us?
Dude, it's terrible.
Sherman Williams.
Well, we do have a couple ads that we need to do. Just a little housekeeping.
Gotta pay them bills.
Yeah, this episode's sponsored by Strength Bars.
I love
It's
this.
not a food. It's a bar that you hold on to and it makes you stronger. Luke, you have some details, right?
Yeah, so you guys are really gonna love this. It's like he said, it's popular opinion would think it's food, but it's actually just a bar. They make them out of metal. They make them out of polyester. I'm sorry, not polyester. What is what's the-
Polymer.
Polymer. Thank you. They make
They are not going to sponsor another episode.
they make them out of
This is a one and done.
They made them out of military grade rubber. Anytime they put military grade on something, I'm sold on it. So I would imagine other people are too.
I use mine all the time, and let me tell you,
You have gotten really strong.
I
Yeah.
use it.
Dan, can you tell them a little bit about like what you can like attach to it to make it even stronger?
I like to attach myself to it, and then that bar is so strong.
So check it out. Strength bars. It's where it's at.
Yeah.
Today's-
So hang on, strengthbars.org. If you go to .com, you will go to the snack bars.
We don't want snack bars,
Yeah,
but
no, you want these strength
specifically
bars.
the string bars. Today's podcast is also brought to you by Peacocks. Luke?
Peacocks. I'm sorry. I actually didn't get the total information on this one. Is this just the animal or is this the brand?
The animal.
Okay. Yeah, brought to you by Peacocks, one of nature's greatest wonders. It's actually part of the 5 animal kingdoms. It's the one that I forgot. It opens up beautifully, and it has been known to bring people back to life. Yeah, if they get a glimpse of it, it's amazing.
Dan, you got our last read?
I lost it. I think it's just it's in all Luke's text messages.
Brought to you by Luke's text messages. No.
All right. Well, are you guys excited for the NFL draft coming up? Who do you
No.
think is going 1-1?
No.
Does anyone know who's going 1-1?
Didn't even know it was coming up.
Same.
You know.
I don't know.
No, whatever.
Sam Howell?
He is already on our team.
Oh, I thought you were saying who's going away first.
Like leaving?
Yeah.
No. Okay, whatever. I try.
This
and just
episode is brought to you by the NFL Draft.
Yep. Nobody cares about it.
do 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 do.
It's about as relevant as this podcast.
I just try and bring my passions to the table here, and it's just met with cold, dead stares.
Wow, 46 minutes.
We'll get there. It didn't seem like so much work when it was just 2 of us.
Why don't you guys just pretend like it's just 2 of you?
I like that Dan has taken this time to research things to talk about on a podcast while live on a podcast.
Stephen has the Book of Unusual Knowledge and another book on his shelf called the Book of Bizarre Truths. Do you remember anything from those books?
I've not read them. They were supposed to be on the back of a toilet. And
would be a
instead
great
they're
idea.
buried away in a bookshelf.
Did you know it took about 30 million hours for Stone Age workers to build Stonehenge?
They don't even
Is that
know
true?
who
How could they
built
know that?
Stonehenge.
It's on the cover.
Say 30 million hours?
Yep.
Has the Earth even been around for 30 million hours?
How many hours is 30 minutes? I mean, how many days is 30 million hours?
30 million divided
It's
by 24.
It's many years. It's going to be like over 100 years, right?
Have you guys been
Way
to
over 100
Stonehenge?
years. It's going to be like thousands of years.
Have you guys been to Stonehenge?
No.
It's pretty great. You should go. What they do is like the rocks were mined like
Wait,
over
where is it again?
England, over 100 miles away from.
115.
Years,
For a
yeah.
million years? For a million hours?
30 million
Why are we
hours.
not talking into
Doesn't-
mics? This
doesn't
is not
seem-
going well.
It doesn't seem right.
I need a stand to hold the mic up to my face while I'm trying to
Oh,
Google.
so it's not just dividing 30 million by 24. You have to divide it by 24 and then divide that by 365.
Oh, I
in
didn't.
a
I didn't do the
quarter.
calculation. I just told Siri to do it for me.
No, I understand that, but you said it doesn't seem right, but it is right because it was
I trust her
right.
with my life.
What's 365 times 24?
It's
gonna be a lot.
More than 100.
Right, at least.
Yeah,
So
that's what I would say.
all that to say, they would mine these stones like over 100 miles away from where the Stonehenge site is. This is the working theory. I think that it was the Neanderthal / Nephilim. That
Why do you
did
call
it,
them Neanderthals?
'cause that's the proper way to say
Okay, go
it.
ahead.
And they actually just picked them up and moved them. Same way with the pyramids. We can get into all that at a later date, but we're already 43 minutes in, so I'm going to keep moving this cherry horse along. So they so they would chop down these trees, and they just have a line of logs, like miles long, and then take the rocks and attach.
Roll them down
No. Attach ropes to the rocks and slide them.
with the logs.
The logs act
Yeah,
as
yeah.
wheels. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Kind of like a conveyor belt for over 100 miles.
Honestly, next week we should talk about the pyramids because that's how the heck did that happen?
I want Ben to tell us everything he knows about Stargates. It's fascinating.
Stargaze?
All I know
What is a Stargate?
is that 30 million hours is a lot of days, a lot of years.
How many years?
It is 1,250,000
Years?
years.
That's
Dude,
not
what was
true.
my phone telling me?
days.
That's
Sorry.
days.
Yeah, days.
Come on, dude.
It's
on, what is
3,424 days. Years.
Can we go back to Stonehenge?
Sure.
What exactly is
What
so
did my phone hear?
unusual about
knows?
Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Is
So
there just nothing around
me
for
see this.
so long?
no, I mean there's stuff around it. It's a worship site from 10,000 years ago.
Doesn't
And
it have like alignment to stars from like
it does,
10,000
yeah.
years ago?
It's astrologically aligned. The stones are unbelievably massive, and so for it to take place 10,000 years ago, it's like beyond anything that people
How big
should
is
be
the
able to
stone, one of the stones? Because
do.
there's never any context.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
size of a truck, right?
So the width of the stone is like standing up, you know, and so it's usually like three Jenga pieces, like two legs and then the top
Yeah.
part or whatever. One of those Jenga legs is probably as wide as this room. Does that make sense? Like
So crazy.
like 12 feet by 6 feet by 20 feet.
Oh yeah, we're getting that secondhand smoke.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh, is my
Yeah, dude, I was like,
is
I
my
went like
roommate
this. I went-
outside?
You might be in here.
Really thin windows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Timeline
I'm
now.
interested in Stargate because I just thought it was
The
a
pi-
show.
I don't know anything about Stargate.
Stargate SG-1.
So I don't know why he's.
Well, was SG-1 the first Stargate, like Stargate 1?
Well,
Is
I
that
don't even know
different
what
than-
Stargate is.
I
different
don't
than
know.
Battlestar Galactica?
I think
Yeah.
those are rivals.
Did you guys ever see Battlestar Galactica?
The only thing I know
It's
about
actually
Battlestar
pretty
Galactica is the Bears beat it.
They do.
The
Well,
Bears.
according to the identity theft.
Yeah, the pyramids are nuts. Didn't they have stones that were even like bigger than Stonehenge?
Probably.
I feel like yeah.
And it's like been like symmetrically constructed at a point where you can't even fit a credit card through.
That's so crazy.
No
like,
way.
Yeah.
Through what?
Like in between the rocks. Now you could say it's been 10,000 years of settlement that would cause that, but still, dude. It's,
Sandblasting.
Yeah. Do you know that what am I thinking of? Oh, yeah, all the Greek like
We
the
are
Parthenon.
definitely get secondhand right now.
It's just so chill.
he's like, I don't even know what I'm thinking about.
You guys ever think about?
All right, so you know like all the Greek temples and everything?
Yeah,
like what
man.
color are they?
I climbed on Athena's
Purple?
temple.
No, I don't know anything about this.
They're all white.
White
Yeah,
marble-ish.
because it's marble, right? Originally, they were multicolored and like painted all extravagantly and everything, but because they were made of marble, over time, they're all white. So the Parthenon that we see, or the temples of Zeus and Athena and all this that we think about is like being white and stuff, like in the Hercules movie. It's untrue.
What
It's
kind of colors would they be?
That's crazy.
painted?
Painted
Probably
with
red, blue,
Green?
probably some green. I could go on all day.
Gold?
Yellow?
Orange?
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Purple, probably. That was the color of
No,
royalty.
they wouldn't do purple.
Really?
Yeah.
For certain ones, maybe.
Do you know why purple? Actually, no.
Dude, wait. Seriously, why wouldn't they do purple?
Isn't that the color of...
Do you know how?
I think it was really hard to make.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it was
Very
like
royal.
that was the big
so
one.
You're like rich if you have it.
do you know that the Jewish people had to
Careful.
in
These are tough times.
in the I just did a study on this because we were going through First Samuel, but we that was really funny. God's people that had to be separated by having a blue hem along their robe, you know? So they would have these like white robes that the priest would wear, but they would have blue hems on them. And the only way that they could get the blue dye for the robes, I'm going to keep muscling through regardless of your guys' laughing. The only way that they could get the blue dye is there was like a certain kind of sea slug that pooped blue.
Nice.
And so it was extremely rare and hard to come by to get any kind of blue. And what is going on?
Where they see a Galilee slugs?
I would say they were in the Mediterranean sea slugs. But anyway, and so the richer you were, the more blue you could use for your robe. And so like if someone had a really thick blue hem around their robe, that means they were like really wealthy and stuff. And so when Jesus goes and screams at the Pharisees and stuff, because this is one of the hardest things I've had to ever get through. Because of the hem of their robe, it was because they were showing their wealth and stuff by their blue banded sea slug poop.
Ben, you should look up the sea slug poop.
Hey, can you
I want to know how
enlighten
much.
us? What's going on?
I want to see if those things are still around.
laughing still from the stupid careful thing. I don't know why. I'm literally laughing at him.
Wetting your pants over here.
Oh, sorry about that, folks.
See,
Is it sea slug or sea cucumber?
Sea snail.
Oh.
I think. I don't know, dude. I just read it.
Well,
How to make blue dye.
everything.
From slugs or snails.
Snail poop. Everything you wanted to know.
It was snail poop?
Yeah.
Is that what I missed?
You would know
Look
if
up
you weren't crying and
Blue
wetting
snail
yourself.
poop.
Please.
How'd they make red?
Berries.
Have you guys ever had
How they make
escargot
white
before?
Or blood. That's why white is so hard to make, because you can't make white.
Whoa.
That's how white is so hard to make. It's 'cause-
How
well,
do they make white?
That's a really good question. Probably cotton. And they have to make sure that it stays pure. Lamb's wool is white, and so they cut that. And
Well, there's bleaching things.
there's
something about
bleaching
bleach
now,
turns things.
but I don't know about. I don't know if they had bleach back then. Luke's got to leave, so we're gonna wrap it up. Unless you fellas want to stay on, but
No, we're good.
I think we just throw this one in the garbage.
I think this is one of our best yet.
Hey guys, we appreciate you. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We, as we said last week, we are halfway plus a little bit, and then we'll start monetizing this joke and be able to be billionaires. So,
Also, send us in those endless messages we keep getting from you guys. Send us some ideas to talk about.
Yeah. We'd love some topics.
Again, don't forget to hit up strengthbars.org. Do not go to .com.
Yeah, do not
Also-
go to .com.
peacocks.
Yes. That one you can go to .com. Out.
I don't know which button to press to not erase it.